Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show will begin in 10 minutes.
For God's sakes.
Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down tonight. Come on down.
Well, better on the pre-show.
Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down tonight. Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Everything gonna be all right. Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down today. Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. It's a great place to stay.
It's Guy Fawkes Day. Let's burn it down on Cave Crew Radio.
Welcome to the Cave Crew Radio pre-show. We are about to go live on cavecrewradio.com, YouTube and Facebook. Please share the show and remember to like, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss a thing. And please leave us your comments too. Get ready. It's going to be another big show with all the latest hot topics, pop culture and weird news. Ladies and gentlemen, and I use that term loosely, here are your hosts, DK and the Big B.
Yeah, sorry, I was swigging a beer there, folks. Great to be here with you on the pre-show. Me and Big B here with you.
Hi there.
Next 8 minutes or so, we got a big night coming up. Not only do we have our regular great show, featuring myself, Big B, Weird News, Florida News, Mike Jolitz, the one and only, the infamous. But we are going live for the first time ever on radio in the UK.
And I will, as King of Stenchlandia, I will have to address the good people of England tonight, since we will be live and it will be my first opportunity to talk to them directly. As opposed to when I made my proclamation, and it would be whoever picked it up on podcast.
Yeah, it's not like we don't have UK fans. Short Side, Choo Choo Stew, the dude there in Ireland. They come, they listen, but you now, as the King Bee of Stenchlandia, have a media that can rival the BBC.
That's right.
You have Pulse Talk Radio in the UK.
That's right. So and that gives me a wonderful advantage to let the good people of England know that my issue is not with them, and I mean them no harm.
Yeah, and you'll be able to say that. And I really hope we don't shock them too much, because we are replacing another show. They might not be as harsh as we are, but they seem to like us over there anyway. There's a great shout out to Jason Scott. We don't know what city he's in with his gal Amanda. They tour the province on a regular basis, but it's great to have them here.
They do travel a lot, don't they?
Yeah, well, they do a lot of local stuff. But they're always traveling. I worry about those kids, but it's not my concern. I was speaking of kids, though. I got to ask you. I know we've probably talked about this before, but I figure it's a good pre-show topic. And happy birthday to James, by the way.
Yes, I will. That'll be my epicenter.
Your wife should be on Broadway or something. The way she changes the stage just past Halloween, obviously getting ready for Thanksgiving, and then the big roll into Christmas. Birthday everywhere, up and down the stairs. She's relentless.
It's one thing after another, and then we'll talk about this more in my epicenter, because it's not going to be the only birthday. There are more.
No, we know November's a very busy month for you.
Yes,
and we've also got American Thanksgiving, which is a big event, which I've also booked off. I always do. I'm going to see a Leaf game in Detroit that night on the Monday, so we're gonna have to rearrange the other show.
Have you ever been to a Lions game on Thanksgiving?
No, you know why? I looked at it. Okay, we were looking at the tickets because I thought, oh, okay, let's see who's coming in. We got Green Bay, who's been shitting the bed. I'm glad I didn't pick them. We looked at Miami. They're an up and coming team, right? And I looked at Buffalo because I'm booked off that day. And the price, Big B, like I often talk to you about the price of a ticket to go see a hockey game in Toronto, and then you put the hotel and the cost of the food and the $25 beers, and it's easier for me, like this year, to go to Detroit, lower bowl tickets, a third of the. I can get 3 tickets for the price of 1. Right in lower bowl where the Leafs shoot twice. The Columbus is even better. It's a 3-hour drive, hotel, all that stuff, yada yada. I probably would like to see a home game in Toronto, but yeah, the football is right off its rocker.
And I guess I would imagine because Detroit, the Lions are always every Thanksgiving they play a home game.
But they're shit.
But I would assume because it's a national game and it has all this history and tradition with it, I would guess that the tickets are more expensive because they're more on demand.
Yeah. I just can't. I went when I was a kid. I actually saw O.J. Simpson break the rushing record. And then my dad bought me another time, and I saw Walter Payton break a rushing record, both in Detroit. That was the time Walter Payton had his pants torn off. But anyway, I think tickets were a lot better then. We just can't justify it. We'll watch it on TV, and who knows? Maybe next year. We'll see.
Something to, I guess, put on the bucket list, so to speak, since you're that close to Detroit and you do go there fairly frequently to go see a Red Wings game. Put that on the bucket list to go see a Thanksgiving Lions game one year.
Yeah, I'd love to do it, but it's like a trip to Florida or something. It's like, it's ridiculous. And the Tiger games are cheap. Baseball bores the shit out of me, but I usually take the family. Even the Blue Jay games aren't bad. But yeah, hockey is still reasonable. Who knows in a year or two if Detroit keeps getting better.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what counts, right? How well the team is doing at the time.
So we'll see. But I got tickets for the Monday the 28th. Lower Bowl, Leafs shoot twice. Red Wings are a little better this year. It should be a good game.
Nice.
Should be a good game. Anyway, Jason Scott was with us in Cornwall. I don't see him now, but I'm sure they're getting ready for some Christmas movies.
See, I like, and I've said this before. I like the videos Jason posts because I get to see Canada from my couch in New York.
You like those?
Oh, I love just look as he's driving. You know, it could just be a normal neighborhood. You know, it's not even like a touristy place. I get to see Canada. I get to see little pieces of Canada from my couch here in New York. It's wonderful.
I guess I'm not sure Cornwall should be on your bucket list, but it's not far from Kingston, which is where Jimmy's Sports Lounge is. Which, before we go live, ladies and gentlemen, we will be live in Jimmy's Sports Lounge, but unfortunate event with Patio Lantern.
Did you find out that's true?
It is true. It's in the papers. I'll send you some links.
Okay.
Yeah, came on the show, made us laugh, and our regards go to Jimmy's and of course his family. It's just brutal.
He's the one that would make the excuse to his wife, right? And then go to the
No. He was the one in the cowboy hat that got up and danced. Maybe you weren't there that week. I'll send you a video.
Okay.
I'll send you a video. Great character. Seemed full of life. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, bear with me now because I have to turn on the radio in 2 locations now. So I got to make sure I'm doing this right. I haven't done this for a while, and you'll find out why in just a minute. I'm gonna hit that, and it clicked right away. That was beautiful. I'm going to hit this.
Air traffic control, bringing New York. Roger that. Bringing Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
The show is about to start. We have liftoff. In 3, 2, 1. It's Guy Fawkes Day. Let's burn it down. On Cave Crew Radio.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of the men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place like a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Clavin, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball. It's a power goal.
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Cave Crew Radio is now streaming and Pulse Talk Radio and at cavecrewradio.com.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the show. My name is DK and I am live from my cave in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. We are live on cavecrewradio.com. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. But more importantly, probably tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are live in the UK on Pulse Talk Radio. For those of you that stay up that late in the UK, we're glad your children are sleeping. That's a good thing. Welcome to being one of our live affiliates. It's been a while since we've done that. We are also syndicating, as we said, on Alternative Twist Radio throughout the week. And wherever podcasts can be found, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got a great show for you. By the way, as you heard in the introduction, I believe it's tomorrow, which would be tomorrow in the UK. Happy Guy Fawkes Day. We'll get into that in just a little while. But burn it down, ladies and gentlemen. Get some bonfires and get some fireworks. Great story over there in the UK with Guy Fawkes Day. A lot of history behind that, I'm sure. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we got a big show. None of you know Mike Jolitz yet, but you're going to know him really soon. But here's another guy you're going to know really soon. He shares royalty with you and is claiming you as his national network. My co-host, as always, ladies and gentlemen.
And now, he is the king of the sovereign county of Urian Stench and Stenchlandia, the commander-in-chief of the Water Gypsies, the self-proclaimed president of the United States, a university graduate, and always the epicenter of something. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness, Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York, I am King B, King of Stenchlandia and the Water Gypsies, and your President-elect of the United States of America. And as always, the epicenter of something. This week, I am the epicenter of the start of the month of birthdays.
Yeah, I remember this from years past.
It all starts tonight. Tonight was my little one's 7th birthday, so we had a wonderful little birthday party. He wanted chicken, so we got some Popeyes chicken. We had birthday cake. As you saw, my wife posted pictures on Facebook, so we got the Pokemon banner going on, the tablecloth, everything going on for a Pokemon birthday, and that's just the start of it.
A Pokemon birthday.
A Pokemon birthday.
Is he Pokechew or what's that yellow thing?
Pikachu.
Pikachu. That was it. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've done the children thing.
Yeah, he's very excited to have his Pokemon birthday, and he's upstairs now doing Pokemon Legos.
Oh, nice. And
tell your wife it's him.
Said happy birthday to her.
No, it's him.
But actually, in Big B's family, they identify as their own gender.
Right.
His name is James.
That's right. We identify as our actual genders, not pretend made up things.
We're not like some of the other people we come across on the show. His name is James, not Jamie. James. Yes. Not hard to deter. Right now, Isbia is blushing.
Is she watching Hallmark?
I have no idea. She's listening to the show, which is a good thing.
Well, she could have the show on and be watching Hallmark at the same time.
Yeah, she probably is. You're right.
And maybe that's why she said her, because she's engrossed in a Hallmark where a homeless man comes to a woman's house and gets cleaned up and shaves and becomes the heartthrob of the story. So she's all engrossed in a Disney Hallmark show.
Right, and the homeless man is actually a elf that ran away from the North Pole and just needs to sprinkle a little juice.
That's right.
Jay Vegas would say.
Yes, sprinkle a little juice, and he has a secret fortune that he doesn't know about and that he will find out at the end of the show, and everybody will be happy.
Yes. And the woman that the door, I don't want to get into this anymore. We're doing this every week now. We're playing out Hallmark shows. He's a homeless guy. He's going to knock on the door. The young girl that they were at the orphanage together, and then they got split up. They thought they were brother and sister, but they really aren't brother and sister, and they fall in love. But she's heartbroken because they're not going to be able to put the Christmas fair on because they're learning the farm. It turns out he's inheriting a fortune, and there's this beautiful wedding under styrofoam snow on a fake fern.
I can't wait for the next 45 days for you. And I'm curious about this comment. She says, I'm eating for my husband who tells me I do not eat.
Yes, I ordered KFC. She's not been eating because she hasn't been feeling well.
Oh.
And it's an angel tree, by the way, Big B. That's how they secretly fall in love.
Now, can I ask you a question? You said you ordered KFC.
Talk about Hallmark.
I'm not asking you about Hallmark shows. You said you ordered KFC. Did you take all the skin off the chicken yet and eat it?
Not yet. I'm like, I wait till the lights are dimmed and the only thing burning is a Scentsy. And then I go in and I look at people's plates, and if there's a little bit of skin there, I'll eat it. And then I strip all the rest of the chicken that I don't eat. I love KFC.
So
it's not good for me at all.
So for the leftovers,
KFC in England, that's what I want to know. In the UK. So
for the leftovers, though, it'll be in the fridge, but it'll be skinless. So whoever comes down after you and wants, like a midnight snack or whatever it is, I want just a nice little piece of chicken. All the skin is gone. So you might as well just throw it away.
You blame it on the dog. Don't you have any dogs?
I have 3.
Yeah, so you just blame it on the dog. Don't take responsibility. This is what Hallmark's doing to you. It's all this bullshit last week about the woman who did the right thing with the wallet and these other stupid things we talked about. It's deranging you. You've got to get your mind in the right place.
And in the right, by the right place, you mean the gutter.
Yeah.
For this show.
Anyway, apparently, before we get into the news for the ladies and gentlemen, and Mike Jolitz, you'll get to meet very soon. You have a message since Stenchlandia. I mean, we got to kind of set this up. So, under Queen Elizabeth, ladies and gentlemen, in the UK, we had a great relationship. She knighted Big B as Sir Big B, the Duke of Stench-Alley, which has a long history from a former English co-host we actually used to have. And you got to go back and download. We can't go back that far in history. But when the Queen passed, God rest her soul, and King Charles took over, he snubbed Sir Big B, and that caused the Kingdom of Stenchlandia, which includes the Alley of Stench, Stenchlandia, the Water Gypsies. It's a worldwide organization now for Sir Big B to become King B, not only the self-proclaimed president of the United States, but the self-proclaimed king of Stenchlandia, an independent county inside the UK, similar to the IRA. For those of you, if you want a reference point in history, like Blackheart or whoever the blue guy with the dress on in Scotland was. Anyway, you have a message for everyone on our personal United Kingdom radio station.
I'm not sure if we're talking to the good people of England that we want to say that we're like the IRA. They kind of don't get along.
No, we're not like the IRA, but I'm just saying like a separate. And look, the IRA. They just wanted the orange men really pissed them off, but that's a whole other story. We're not a political show. Braveheart is who I was talking about. You're right, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't Blackheart. I apologize.
Wallace, is that you?
Mel Brooks with the blue face and the skirt.
That would be Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson, same person.
And that would be William Wallace.
Yes.
Sir William Wallace.
There you go. Anyway, you have a message before we roll into the meat and potatoes, as we say here.
I do. So this is my first opportunity to address the good people of the UK and England directly. Since when I made my proclamation, it was just available on download, and I wasn't able to speak to the good citizens of the UK directly. Under Queen Elizabeth, we had a wonderful working relationship. As DK said, I was the Duke of Stench-Alley, and we forged a wonderful alliance. As we created the Isle of Stenchlandia, we had full blessings of the Queen, and we were working hand in hand to build Stenchlandia to work alongside England and the rest of the UK. Once the Queen died and the King took over, I reached out to King Charles only to get snubbed. This made me break off and secede from England and the rest of the United Kingdom and become our own sovereign nation, the Isle nation of Stenchlandia. Now, I want to address the good people of England. I personally, on behalf of all the good citizens of Stenchlandia and Stench-Alley, wish to again work hand in hand with you, have a peace together, have a great working relationship where we could build up each other. Unfortunately, your King Charles, does not recognize us. Therefore, we have to protect ourselves, which is why we have the Army of the Water Gypsies. I have named a berserker, Jolitz the berserker, who you will hear about later in the news. I have named DK the Earl of Stench, who has now taken over Stenchlandia. So when you see the water gypsies in and around the area known as Urine Stench Alley in England, please do not be alarmed. They are not there to hurt you. They are here to protect us. We are not. We want to be allies. We want to work together. We do not want any type of hostility between our two great nations. But your king is interfering with that at the moment.
Yeah.
So please, on behalf of Stenchlandia,
we rebuild Stonehenge, London Bridge. We want every allotment to flourish with vegetables and the black stuff on a regular basis. We're simple people.
On behalf of Stenchlandia and all the great citizens, we wish for peace. Take that as you will, and please talk to King Charles. Send him messages. Let him know that Stenchlandia has an olive branch out. Well, I have my hand out right now. As you can see, I have my hand out in peace.
Yeah. And whoever your prime minister is this week, you can also include them.
I don't know who the prime minister is.
Yeah, I never know. It's like playing Jenga.
It's a revolving door of prime ministers over there.
Hello, I'm the prime minister. Wait a minute. I've been replaced.
There you go.
All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes for these people. We like to do some fun stuff. One of the things is covering the news all around the world. But be wary. This is not the news you will hear anywhere else. But let's go over to...
Now, it's time for the news with our senior correspondent, the Big B.
First story of the night comes from Boston.com. Headline reads, 3 Worcester officers injured when peeing ex-employee leads police on a high-speed chase.
Speaking of urine stench.
There you go. And you'll notice as we go on, there are themes that it's going to go in and out of a theme.
Always a theme to our stories.
3 Worcester police officers were injured Tuesday while responding to a trespassing incident in which a disgruntled ex-employee of a Franklin Street business was allegedly spotted peeing on the garage doors of his former workplace.
Story, ladies and gentlemen.
Alfred Mirren, who is 68 years old, of West Boylston, had a no trespassing order by the Worcester County Sheriff's Office. When officers responded to the scene at 360 Franklin Street about 4:20 p.m., they tried to speak with Mirren and asked him to get out of his car, which is parked outside the garage, but he refused. As officers continued to try to talk with him, Mirren started his car, backed into a cruiser, and, quote, the tires of his vehicle began to spin as he pushed his car up against the cruiser, creating a cloud of smoke.
Oh, he was cruising.
As an officer was trying to de-escalate the situation at the driver's side window, Mirren allegedly shifted his car to drive, dragging the officer with him. As Mirren switched into reverse, striking the cruiser again, the officer was able to free himself. Officers said they then had to run out of the way to avoid being hit by Mirren, who allegedly started speeding around the parking lot before driving away. Does that mean he was like doing donuts in the parking lot?
He was doing donuts. I wonder if he was pissing inside the car while he was going.
He may very well have been. Jumping into their cruisers, the officers began a high-speed chase after Mirren, who went down Grafton Street onto I-290 and then onto Plantation Street. Police said Mirren drove on the wrong side of the road on Grafton and Plantation Streets, ignoring traffic lights and signs and almost hitting a cruiser again in the process. The chase came to an end when Mirren crashed his car into another vehicle after running a red light at the intersection of Plantation and Lincoln. Police were able to arrest Mirren, but not before he allegedly attacked the officer who tried to remove him from his car. The driver of the other vehicle, which was hit in the intersection, was treated for non-life-threatening injuries.
There you go. It all started with urinating on a former employee's property.
If only he had a bathroom to go to.
Exactly. And maybe he was rushing because he had to go number 2.
Oh, maybe. You know, you never know. When those things happen, you got to go.
You got to go.
Now, we must hold on the next story.
Okay. It's my former favorite part of the show, which we had to skip last week. But, ladies and gentlemen, normally Big B is served a drink by his wife. Always has a theme. And look at this.
This is called a Jack Frost.
You're going to spill that all over yourself.
It's very pineapple-y.
Oh, and my wife says it looks great.
So this is pineapple juice, frozen pineapples, coconut rum, blue curacao.
Mm.
And vanilla ice cream, right? Vanilla ice cream as well.
You have ice cream in that as well. Well, what a festive. I don't trust you with that drink. That you're going to spill that at some point.
This isn't one of those drinks that, like, on a weekly basis, I drink like at least 2 of them and they go down quick. This is like a meal. You're
going to need a peanut butter whiskey in between this.
And some beer. This is like the liquor version of fucking Guinness.
Yeah, ask her for a spoon. The liquor. Wait a minute. Excuse me
while I write things down. It's very, very I don't know why they call it the Jack Frost, because it's very, very pineapple-y. It's like, that's all I taste is pineapple. Yeah, did you have some? Try literally the only thing you taste is pineapple. I made an entire blender. Oh, so there's an entire blender full of this stuff.
There you go. So you're going to be bloated by the end of the show.
Yeah. So it just tastes like pineapple. That's all it tastes like.
See, that damn website. They fucking lie to you.
This is every single drink. I don't know what the website says. My wife goes on like every week. She figures out what drink to make. And I guess there's a specific website that she goes on, and they have these recipes, and it's going to taste like this, and it never does. Not once has it ever tasted like it's supposed to. They say it's supposed to.
Never complained.
No, they're all good, but like it doesn't taste like as they say it's supposed to taste. It never does.
The important thing is when you lie down at the end of the show and you lay yourself to bed, do you need to put one foot on the floor?
Well, I mean, not at the end of the show. Remember, now I've had peanut butter whiskey, I've had a couple of beers, and I've had the drink of the night. So yeah, things spin just a little bit when I go to lay down after the show.
I normally just have to pee because I'm drinking beer. But anyway, they're calling it a dessert drink. So are you able to do the next story?
Of course.
All right. So
I had like 3 sips. It's not,
I still think with this drink, you should be given a spoon.
I think, well, I would say maybe a straw.
And maybe a maraschino cherry.
And a maraschino cherry and a straw. Can I have one of each? Thank you.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
she's getting me a maraschino cherry and a straw.
There you go. And then I'm going to lose you for the entire show. At least you're not taking that medication that you're not supposed to drink on this week.
No, that was done like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, go back and listen to past shows, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see what I had to deal with then. Anyway, back to the news.
So the next story comes from the left-leaning liberal shit rag Huffington Post. Headline reads, 13 people come forward after Texas janitor is accused of urinating in water bottles.
See what we say about themes.
There is a theme.
Yes. So this guy would just randomly walk around while he's sweeping the floors and pull out his cock and piss in their water bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And your wife says my wife is the best.
Yeah, I saw that. I put that up on the screen.
A Houston janitor is accused of urinating into a fellow employee's water bottle. Could be facing additional charges now that 13 other people have come forward with similar complaints. Luis Canatario Diaz, who was 50 years old, was arrested last week and charged with indecent assault and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after a female coworker accused him of the incident, which she said took place at a medical office building. What would be a deadly weapon?
Well, I have two questions. I don't know if it's time to ask them yet. The first one is, can you imagine the person? I mean, like if you came over and hit me with a hammer, that's assault with a weapon.
Right.
If you took away my bank card and stole my money, that's fraud. Those are easy. Right. But here we are, guys. We're sitting around the table, and we got to figure out what the charge is for someone urinating in someone's water bottle. That's question number one.
Right. But where do they get assault with a deadly weapon? What is the deadly weapon?
I don't imagine pee is too good for you.
It's sterile. It's a sterile bodily fluid. There's nothing. That's why you literally could drink it and be fine. It's a sterile bodily fluid. There's nothing to it.
Maraschino cherry and straw. Well, more than one maraschino cherry. Anyway,
it's all like twisted and shit. Look at
that. She does everything over the top.
And I got a straw. Wonderful.
In my house, when we eat dinner, we get in trouble if we use a real plate. My wife prefers if we use a paper plate the size of a fucking napkin. Anyway, so my second question would be, you and I have been around a long time. We don't always get along with our coworkers, and sometimes you get a little pissed off at people. You don't talk to them anymore, or you go to the boss, or you go to HR and you complain. At what point are you driven to urinate in said coworker's water bottle or coffee cup, or shit in their lunch, whatever it is? Like, at what point?
Shit in their lunch?
Well, I'm just saying, like, at what point are you driven to that kind of hatred? I think you need either to get personal counseling or to find another job. Like, I mean, I don't get along with everybody all the time, but I don't whip out my dick and pee in their fucking timmies. Like,
and this isn't just one. It's not like as a personal vendetta against one person. Like, I've watched enough crime shows where, if it's one person against one person, they get driven to a point of almost insanity and will do things like this. This is one person doing it to multiple people. So I don't understand this. And, he's got something wrong with him, obviously.
Yeah, that's a good one in chat, by the way. I got that written out. That may
hold while we write things down.
Yeah,
this individual is a sick man, the unidentified woman told Houston ABC affiliate KTRK-TV. The woman told the station that she first noticed a foul odor in the employee water dispenser in August and decided to drink only from water bottles that she brought from home. Very smart.
He peed in the Culligan thing. How the fuck do you do that without all the water running out?
I couldn't even begin to tell you.
Maybe they had a Brita.
I don't know. It doesn't get into that.
Foul order from the employee water dispenser.
Last month, she came to suspect her own water bottle had been tainted, which was later confirmed by a urinalysis, according to court documents. According to the Houston NBC affiliate KPRC, the woman found out her bottle had been tampered with after she left it half filled on her desk.
Okay, so once again, I ask, because you used to ask lots of questions, but now it's me moving my brain. And who is the CSI detective that decides you're going to do a urinalysis? Yeah, you're not testing for strychnine or roofies or something else you could drop in a water bottle. You're testing for urine. You're doing a urine. This has to be urine. Let's do a urinalysis back at the lab.
Well, I think this may answer it, but it also leads me to ask a question. So now, remember, the woman had left her bottle half filled on her desk. Apparently, this was left half filled overnight.
Oh, well, that's kind of stupid. Why would you go back and drink that water anyway?
My question exactly. When she took a sip the next day, She said it had a funky taste and smell, similar to what she had noticed in the employee water dispenser.
I think I live in Flint.
Why in God's name, if I left a water bottle half filled and I left it on my desk overnight, the next morning when I come into work, I'm dumping it, rinsing it out, and putting fresh water in it.
You do the same for your dogs.
Yes.
Yes.
You don't just sit there and like, oh, well, let me drink this water from yesterday that's been sitting out and may have dust and paper dust and debris and all this other crap in it. Let me just sip it.
Yeah, I'm parched at the moment.
I'm too parched to go wait 5 minutes to clean the water bottle and get fresh water.
Right, and I've had a bad experience from the employee water dispenser.
She threw her personal bottle away and purchased another one and set up a hidden camera in the office.
Oh, this is getting good, like a spy cam.
The footage she captured showed Diaz uncapping the water bottle, unzipping his pants, and putting his genitals in the bottle on 2 separate occasions.
I don't think he'd be inserting his whole genitals, by the way, but probably the tip of his penis.
Well, and I quote, pulls out his penis and puts his penis in my bottle, basically rinses his penis in the water. Hold while I write things down.
Are you? Thank you. Because, brother, all you need to get is one of those silicone fuck butts. You know, like on the sex sites. Just get one of those silicone sex butts and stick your penis in that, for fuck's sakes. You piece of shit. He's rinsing his penis in the water bottle. No, lady, he's not cleaning his genitals.
The woman reported the actions to the police, who then questioned Diaz. Investigators said Diaz admitted to the urination during questioning and claimed he had a sickness.
Yeah.
Police said Diaz did not know how many times he urinated in the workers' water supply. With further testing, it gets better, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, shit. I can't.
With further testing, the woman learned she had herpes.
Oh, you can catch herpes from urine? I didn't even know that. Not that I go anywhere near urine, but that's a new one for me.
She tested positive. She learned that she had herpes, which Diaz also tested positive for. She claims, quote unquote, that she got the virus from Diaz. Doctors speculated the victim could have contracted the disease from him, though that is very rare.
So it could have been from doing the nasty.
So she's a whore. She's a whore, cheated on her husband, got herpes, and is blaming this other dude.
How do you know she's married? She's the town Charlotte.
She's trying to make excuses for having fucking herpes. Fucking, she's got growths going on her lip and on her fucking vagina.
Yeah.
Diaz was arrested and taken into custody before being released on $75,000 bond. He is currently in custody of ICE.
What's that mean?
That's like immigration enforcement.
Oh, so he was an illegal immigrant.
I'm assuming if he's in custody by ICE.
Did anyone else, like of these 13 people, did anyone else notice cold sores on various parts of their body?
Doesn't say.
I'm just saying it would strengthen the whore, the harlot, whatever you want to call her. It would strengthen her argument. As you have just you just assume she's a pig. After drinking pea water, she must be a slut in the company lunchroom.
How do you know she's not making this up? And after she drank the pea water a little bit, she dumped it all over her chest and fucking rubbed herself down with it. So how do you know?
You see it's on camera where he's rinsing and dunking his penis like you're like you're putting a fry in gravy or something.
Ooh, dipping it in and dipping it out. That's
just a little bit more cold water, and I should have to pee again.
And I guess the water wasn't cold because there would have been shrinkage.
Right. And it would have spilled.
I guess it was warm water. Well, I guess with the pee in it, I guess it is warm, right?
I have no idea. Hopefully I've never drank that, and I'm going to be very careful about where I get my water bottles from.
Make sure.
Yeah.
I gotta find
All right. Oh, we're getting into one of your funnest topics coming up here. I keep losing my screen here. But this one, we got a couple good ones, folks. Don't leave us yet. We still got some good ones. But this was interesting. One of the 7 wonders of the world, is it not?
It is. And do you have it ready?
I do have it ready.
You know what I'm talking about.
Do you want it yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
The next story. Now we shift gears into a different theme. The next story comes from golfweek.usatoday.com. So the golf section of USA Today.
Right.
Headline reads, charges pending as influencer hits golf ball and loses driver into Grand Canyon, forcing National Park Service to ask silly questions. After knocking a golf ball into the Grand Canyon and appearing to lose her driver, an influencer who posted a video of the episode on...
It's happened where? On TikTok.
Now has charges.
Of course it did.
Of course it's on TikTok. They now have charges and a court appearance pending. That led to the National Park Service posting what appears to be a silly but apparently necessary question on social media. Do we really need to say, don't hit golf balls into the Grand Canyon?
Why not? Evel Knievel tried to jump it.
But that was sanctioned.
All
that was like everybody knew about it. This idiot is just sitting there hitting golf balls into the fucking canyon.
So she should have stopped at the station and said, excuse me, I'm a social influencer on TikTok. Would you mind if I hit a golf ball into the stream?
And they would have said no.
Okay, but she could have asked, I guess.
She could have. According to a post from the National Park Service, on October 26th, an individual posted a video to her personal TikTok page showing her hitting a golf ball and throwing a club into the canyon near Mather Point. Members of the public helped identify the individual's social media account. On October 27th, Grand Canyon law enforcement, I didn't know there was such a thing.
This is wonderful. We got to confirm this with Mike Jolitz.
Grand Canyon law enforcement identified, located, and contacted the individual responsible for the incident. Charges and a court appearance for the individual are pending. The video was initially posted on TikTok and has since been pulled down, but was preserved on Reddit.
Beautiful Reddit, yes.
The canyon itself is 277 miles long and varies from 4 to 18 miles wide. The Colorado River cuts more than a mile deep at points. Myriad side canyons form other worlds, some filled with lush vegetation, others relentlessly arid landscapes. So while it might seem like the space is vast, NPS went on to explain why this is unacceptable.
I don't see how one golf ball is gonna change things.
Well, they tell you.
All
Throwing objects over the rim of the canyon is not only illegal, but it can also endanger hikers and wildlife who may be below.
True, but you could be driving down the street beside a golf course and get hit and end up in a car accident.
Well, and that's the end of the story. So in the Grand Canyon, obviously, this idiot's on the top of the Grand Canyon.
Right.
And down below, they have tours. Like I said, there's hikers that go down in the trails. There's wildlife. There's also Native Americans that live there.
Oh, geez, we got to get one of them on the show. There's also idiots that ride donkeys on the fucking 2-foot ledge.
Yes.
So, getting hit by a golf ball while I'm riding a donkey, playing Paul Bunyan down the side of a 2-foot ledge is the least of my fucking concerns.
But again, so I went to Arizona this summer.
Yes.
And I went to the Grand Canyon. And
yes.
I saw
you
all
hated it.
Huh?
You hated the touristy.
Oh, no, I love the Grand Canyon itself was awesome.
Yeah.
But I saw all these idiots standing on the edge of the canyon, leaning over to do this, to get their selfies and post on TikTok. Look at me, I'm walking on the edge and I'm tiptoe. I was praying that at least 4 of them fell off the cliff while I was there.
Yeah. By the way, we don't provide you with a parachute.
There was no parachute, and where these morons were, there was no railings. Like you could go in sanctioned points.
Yeah.
There's railings all around, so you could walk to the edge. You know, the railing comes up to like here. It's like on up to your
That's
chest.
where I'd be.
Yeah, and that's where I went. You look over the edge, you're like, wow, this is incredible. It's, you could take great pictures and all that. But there are some points where there's not exactly a trail, but there is a way to get down, like to the cliffs where there is absolutely no railing, and morons are standing on the edge. I got to stand on 1 foot. I got to do ballerina twirls. And I was praying for them to fall because they're fucking morons.
Yeah, they need to be evacuated from society. It's like when you watch like in skiing, you know, like snow skiing. There's paths, and you go down the paths, and there's different ones. There's hard ones. There's bunny hills, but there's do not go down this path. But there's always a fucking moron that thinks he's not going to run into a tree and fall off a cliff.
Right.
And the worst part is they make a movie about it.
Yeah, and that just encourages more.
But anyway, that's our first TikTok of the evening. I think I got the right one next. It's this lovely young lady. This is a good one. People don't go pee or get a snack yet. This is good.
The next story comes from the New York Post. You have it queued up?
Yep.
Okay. I accidentally booked, the headline reads, I accidentally booked a happy ending massage. These were the red flags.
I can't wait to hear the red flags.
When Maggie McGaw booked a massage after a long week, there were a few red flags, but she overlooked them. In a now viral...
Hang on a minute, I'm ready. I gotta find it.
It's happened where? On TikTok.
Of course it did.
McGaw revealed the moment she realized she had booked an appointment at a spa that offered happy ending massages.
They obviously don't listen to the show.
No.
Right? Because we've called these places before.
We have.
Yeah.
And we tried to see what was on the menu.
Yeah. They're not medical, heal your back massages there. What's her name? Maggie?
Maggie McGaw.
Maggie McGaw. I love it.
First off, I booked it at 9 p.m., she said, as she lists the reasons she should have figured out something was off.
Yeah, a little bit late in the day, Maggie McGaw. Yeah.
An employee answering the phone at 9 p.m. was another. McGaw, whose video has been viewed more than 10.6 million times, admitted it didn't look great when she walked in, yet she continued on.
There's candles. There's those incense that you burn over the wood. You know, those long sticks. You remember them? Yeah. It's burning. It smells really good. There's a woody flavor in the room.
And as the story goes on, you'll kind of agree that she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
And then regretted it afterwards.
She wanted a happy ending. And then second thought, felt a little guilty, right?
That's right.
It's like the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other, right? You're like,
yep.
I'm having a tough week. I'm going to go for it. And then you walk inside with, the Roxanne's got the red light on and you're like, oh, maybe I crossed the line here.
I walk in, there are no doors, only curtains, which I'm a little nervous about, she recalled. I definitely got hidden video camera vibes. So I even looked around for cameras and proceeded with the massage, which again, come on. McGaw said she...
I don't feel comfortable, but I'm going to get naked right now.
Right. McGaw said she stripped down to her underwear, which she typically does for a massage, before laying on the table. But when the masseuse came in, she really quickly ripped her underwear down to her knees.
Oh, this is a lesbian happy ending.
It is.
Oh.
Then, to make matters worse, she folds down the sheet, which is already very small.
It's a towel. It's not a sheet.
It is a towel.
It's a towel.
So I'm completely exposed, she continued. McGaw realized she hadn't booked a regular massage when the masseuse sat on her thighs.
Nice.
I reached down and pulled my underwear back up and was like, no, thank you, she recalled, saying she then asked.
Sorry.
Saying she then asked for her shoulders to be massaged.
Yeah, I don't want to leave. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I'm just going to pull my panties back up. Could you only do my shoulders?
Again, she knew.
And the fucking woman doing it probably doesn't speak a word of English.
Not one.
Talk to these people.
Again, all signs point to she knew what she was booking.
Right.
And then when it came time to do the act, she got nervous.
She's role playing.
The poor woman was very confused as to why I was not into this.
Yeah.
After the appointment, she discovered there is a website that lists salons specializing in happy ending massages. She said the salon she visited was mentioned. The happy ending for me was leaving, she joked. Massage was great once we established our boundaries.
Oh, see, she stayed.
She stayed, right. Users couldn't believe McGaw's experience, with thousands commenting on the clip. Oh my gosh, I'd feel so violated, one user wrote. Not gonna lie,
there's signs, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you're walking down a street in a strange city, and all of a sudden it's a dark alley. You don't keep going, hoping for the best. Please, you're more than welcome to take my Kleenex, but please don't take my wallet.
Right.
You're more than welcome to have my hat, but please don't kill me.
Not gonna lie, as a previous sexual assault victim, it was triggering, she wrote. It infuriates me that they don't make it more obvious or ask first. Ladies and gentlemen, these places that offer happy endings are not ones you just randomly find when you're searching for massage parlors on Google.
Right. You're looking, I mean, I don't know how it is over there. We have registered massage therapists.
Yes.
That are covered by your benefits in some cases. You go in, and it's usually a fat Helga, and she beats the shit out of you, and you got to bathe in Epsom salts after to get rid of all the poison. The happy ending ones are quite obvious.
Yes.
Jade Cafe Massage Parlor.
Right. And they don't advertise. There's not a storefront. It's generally just a door leading, an undescript door that leads into this maze of curtains and makeshift rooms.
Yeah. Authentic Korean massages.
Yeah.
Yeah. It don't happen in North America, okay? You're going to get a hand job, or in her case, I guess she's going to get a stinky in the pinky. I don't know how lesbian happy ending goes.
I don't either. But she knew. She absolutely knew. Even if she made the mistakes, one, where did she get the phone number for the place? Who recommended this place? And two, when you go there, she even points out there was no doors. It was only curtains and this and that. Right away, it's not a legit place.
Right.
There's nobody at the front desk with booking appointments and all. It's none of those things. Immediately that it's not like any other massage place you've ever been to. So again, she knew what she was getting, and she just decided once it came down to the time when her panties were down and the chick is sitting on her thighs getting ready to insert 1 or 2 digits,
Or maybe she had like a donkey strap on or something.
Ooh. Did she have the rubber glove and like snap it onto the wrist?
I have no idea what a lesbian fucking happy ending is. Ask Isbia. She watches 50 Shades of Grey. I have no experience at this shit.
I don't know. But she knew what she was doing.
Yeah. I did have the coworker, I think I told you, in Reno, where we were there gambling, and we were always wondering where the guy was, and he was at a brothel spending all his money.
But he knew where he was going.
Correct. That is correct. Now, ladies and gentlemen, keeping with the storyline, and then we'll break over to our buddy Mike Jolitz to give us a break and allow Big B to get into his dessert drink. And I think he needs a shot of peanut butter whiskey as well. He's doing a great job. This one may be even stranger. I believe this was a Canadian woman as well, wasn't it?
It's from Canada.
I'm queued up.
Is it queued up? Because it is immediate.
Okay.
This next story comes from narcity.com, which is in Toronto, Ontario.
It's happened where? On TikTok.
Oh, God. TikTok's getting better than Florida, I'm telling you.
It has to have we may have to have its own segment. Ontario TikToker.
Just before you get into this, how come I can't find these videos on TikToks? I got people doing weird dances. I got people falling into pools, doing trampoline shit. I got food shit. I got, crazy dog tricks. I can't find any of this shit on TikTok.
I'm not on TikTok, so I have no idea.
Oh, you love TikTok. It's actually a lot of fun.
Ontario TikToker who headline reads, Ontario TikToker who makes jewelry from semen and breast milk is going viral. A TikToker is going viral after selling jewelry made from human material, meaning ashes, breast milk, and even semen.
There's so many questions, but I don't want to ask them.
Amanda Booth, a 33-year-old from Brantford, Ontario. Where is Brantford?
Toronto. Pretty much Toronto.
Toronto. Okay.
Well, Hamilton might be closer to Hamilton, but anyway.
Is the founder of Trinkets by Amanda. She told Narcity that at first her jewelry making business revolved around creating earrings using clay. However, after a few client requests, the model quickly turned into something completely different, which she now calls her Jizzy jewelry line.
Excuse me.
I was just going to write that down. Damn it, my pen is running out of ink. The first semen jewelry Amanda made was from her husband's materials. She posted the video on TikTok, of course, which got over 6.1 million views.
You people are sick. Okay. You tell us we can't go on until 1 a.m. in the UK. You want to get us taken down in prime time in North America. We do not make anything from our spouse's materials.
Booth said it all started in March of 2021 when jewelry making was a form of therapy that, quote unquote, saved her life. She calls this process a happy accident.
Happy endings and happy accidents.
Using human materials started when her friend asked Booth to put her son's ashes into a jewelry set after she lost him in a car accident. And Amanda never said no. From that point on, the client requests grew and widely differed. Eventually, someone asked Booth to incorporate breast milk. And when she posted a video of it last November, it blew up.
How do you harden these materials?
I couldn't begin to tell you. At that point, her 10 to 20 orders per week turned into 100, and it became her full-time job. Even her husband quit his then employment to help support Amanda and her business. So he became a jerk-off machine.
So basically, he's like an artist has paint in supply in the car. Excuse me, stick it through the glory hole.
Oh, that's true. Do they make it like fun and they have a glory hole? Like, is she blowing him or jerking him off?
Honey, it's that time again. I need a little bit.
Or
what
is
if
it?
he makes a mistake and doesn't pull out? Like then, oh fuck.
But could it be like very clinical, where it's like, like a semen donation place? I go in the bathroom. Here's your cup. Here's a magazine.
Yeah, here's a Sears catalog. Stare at the women in bras and bring me out a jar. I have 14 orders. Get busy.
Bring me out a jar. How much does this guy come? Bring me out a jar.
Yeah, but she's obviously got a jewelry company, so he must have a good supply. What's he doing? Eating a lot of avocados? I have no idea.
I have no idea. As many people have not been accepting of her business model, some have gone as far as to call her a Satanist.
Well, I don't know about that. She's not killing people.
No, she's not killing people. Nevertheless, those in favor of her craft have sent requests involving umbilical cords, placenta, and hair fur.
Oh, my God.
But it got fascinating when someone asked for semen jewelry. So umbilical cords, placenta, hair, and fur, but it only got fascinating when they wanted semen.
You haven't crossed the line yet, ladies and gentlemen. It's just an amber light.
Right.
but now semen. Now we're in another how the hell does she harden it into a piece of jewelry? Does she stick it in the freezer and then like put some kind of gelatin around it? Like I need to know more about this.
I have no idea. At first I was like super offended because I was doing like a really beautiful breast milk piece in that video. But it kind of became a joke of the office. And one day I just happened to post.
She was doing it at the office. She had one of those fucking pumps on.
Oh, she's sitting like while she's typing in Excel, she's just pumping shit out. Like, 1 second, I'll have that spreadsheet for you. I just have to pump a little more.
Yeah,
I have a necklace to make.
I gotta make a string of pearls out of breast milk.
Someone asked me for a breast milk engagement ring. I gotta pump.
Breast milk.
And one day I just happened to post that joke on Facebook, ended up getting serious requests for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird people out there.
Just like everything else in my business, I just decided that I wasn't going to say no, and I guess the rest is kind of history.
So she just randomly generates breast milk all the time. Like, isn't that something that's like seasonal once you have a kid?
Seasonal?
Well, you know what I mean. Like
you go to Home Depot and go to the seasonal section. Like, oh, this time it's breast milk season.
No, you know what I mean. Like you have a kid and you got like 4 months supply. It's been a long time. I haven't gone through this in a while, but like it's seasonal. It's like, okay, I'm ovulating. I've done the thing. You just don't make breast milk. Like I don't go upstairs and go, "Hey, can I have a glass of breast milk?"
It's not seasonal. It's after you have a baby.
Well, that's what I mean. So
but that's not seasonal. It's not breast milk.
So what
season.
happens? What happens if she's not in season? And I say, "Hey, I'm really looking for a breast milk anklet for my wife." Well, I'm sorry. You know, I'm not at that time right now. I guess that's what I mean by seasonal. Like it doesn't last forever. Please. Unless she's got like bags of it frozen in the deep freeze on dry ice or something. I don't know. I'm not that fun doing this shit.
Please ask your wife how breast milk gets.
What season is it?
It's not seasonal.
I think we're well past that season. But anyway.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait. In between Easter and Christmas, it's breast milk season. Can't wait.
You know what I mean? Like she can't do it. Like, how long does it go?
Do you decorate for breast milk season?
I'm not a woman. Like how long does the breast milk cycle go? It's a question.
It after the woman has a baby. I don't know exactly. I mean, your wife and my wife would know more, obviously, because they have children. But after you have a baby, you lactate for several months afterwards. I don't know exactly how long, but it's several months afterwards. And then you stop. Valentine's is
so I call it seasonal. You think it's funny?
It's not like it happens every year. It's only if
like
you have a
when you
baby.
kid, it's like autumn, and then as soon as you get like the winter solstice, it dries up. It's not a seal test. It's not all you can eat milk for the rest of your fucking life.
Well, there it is. Your wife just said 8 months to a year, depending on how long you feed your baby.
There you go.
8 months to a year, but it doesn't happen every year. So it's not. It doesn't happen every year. It only happens after you have a baby.
One of those sales where she goes, "It's back again. It's breast milk jewelry time."
And when she pumping out, like she walks around the house just pumping this milk flying everywhere.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. She says most people stop breastfeeding when the baby has teeth. It's a good idea. Yeah.
There you go. And then, like, the woman will no longer lactate unless she has another baby.
So the sperm is like a year-round thing, right? You might do a Amazon Prime special or a Black Friday special on the sperm, but like the breast milk, that's like a big event. Our breast milk sale is on again. I just decided that I'd let them shoot at me instead of making jewelry this time, and I'm having a baby and I'm making breast milk.
I don't know where she gets it, and the story never says where they get the semen. I guess from her husband, but I don't know if there's any other places, and never says where she gets the breast milk from.
Maybe she's part of a new mothers group, and she's like, "Listen, I want to give you a happy ending. I want to get some of your tit juice. This is what I need."
So maybe she was in the massage parlor sitting on the chick's legs.
Maybe she was the one, like wanted to squeeze Maggie Moo's titties. I don't know.
Maggie McGaw titty milk.
Yeah. All right. We're going to give you a break from us. Great friend of the show, ladies and gentlemen. A great question, though, before we close things out. All that jewelry, I would think it would smell. I can't disagree.
I can't disagree either.
It's been so long for me, I don't remember the smell of breast milk. But anyway. All right. Great friend of the show. Brought us a new segment last week. I'm not sure if he's doing it again. But those of you in the UK are in for a treat. And, of course, our regular listeners here on the show know him well. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time.
And now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolitz.
Hello, Cave Crew Radio. Hey, guys, how are you? What's going on? DK and Sir Big B. Man, I hope you guys are doing good. I had a really good week, but I'm glad it's Friday. Alrighty, guys, it is now time for Mike Reads the News. In NFL news, Cleveland beat Cincinnati for the Battle of Ohio last Monday. I'm not sure what they win, but I didn't watch. My band 212 is still in the top 5 on Reverb Nation for Alternative in Surprise. Not sure how that is, but I'll take it. The app Vine is coming back. Thank you, Elon Musk. It was a fun app. Missed those silly and quick short videos. Good stuff. It was colder on Thursday in Phoenix than it was in Chicago, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, and New York. It got to about 60 out here. It was wild. Amber Heard got the boot off of Twitter this week. Her account was inactivated. Wish the rest of the whiny shits would get the same treatment, especially that fat fuck Rob Reiner. God, does he not shut up? Huey Lewis and the News sold their entire music catalog for $20 million. They only had really like 6 good songs, but that's not bad. Philadelphia Eagles are still undefeated after stomping the lowly Houston Texans, who are now 1-6-1. Way to go, Eagles. The Badgers play Maryland on Saturday. That should be a win. Ohio State plays Northwestern. That should be a blowout. Air Force goes to West Point to play Army. That'll be a low-scoring game. Either team could win. And Notre Dame hosts Clemson at home. I'm picking Clemson for the win. And finally, in the news, the Astros defeated the Phillies. They lead the World Series 3-2. Alrighty, guys, that does it for the news. It is now time for a smattering of tidbits. They're not headlines. They're just little tiny pieces of shit. Yeah. Shenry's still on level 36 on Pokemon Go. Yeah. Nick Cannon is expecting his 12th kid now. Wild. Yeah. Taylor Swift is kicking off her upcoming tour in Phoenix next March. I won't be there. Yeah. The CMAs are on next Wednesday on ABC. I can't wait to not watch that. Yeah. Alrighty, guys, that does it for the news. That does it for the tidbits. Hope you guys have a great show. Tschüss, ciao, and auf Wiedersehen, guys. Later. Bye-bye.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Search Cave Crew Radio.
Hot topics, weird news, shock talk radio, cavecrewradio.com.
Mike Jolitz. He gave us some shits, but he didn't give us the Twitter shits.
The Twitter shits, yeah. I was looking forward to some Twitter shits.
That's like a special thing, kind of like Believe It or What.
He may be still working on it. I messaged him last week after we ran the Twitter shits, and I heard his other portion of it, and I told him it was great. We want more, so.
We need more Twitter shits.
We
but
definitely need more Twitter.
We love the news, and we love the little tidbits that are also shits.
They're just little pieces of shit.
Yeah, Mike Jolis likes that. Lots of pieces of shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we also have a little thing we like to do every so often. There's a certain state in the United States that gives us some news stories, and I think we have a couple here tonight for you.
Everyone from Florida is stupid.
Cave Crew Radio presents Florida in the news.
And once again, I just got to make sure I'm on track here, but I know I am. And it's great when we do the Florida stories, by the way, Big B. We normally have just mugshots.
Right.
Florida is great. We got Maggie Magpie there in her TikTok video or whatever. But, Florida always supplies us these wonderful mugshots.
There are always some form of crimes, but crimes you wouldn't see in any other place of the world outside of Florida.
Outside of Florida. It rarely happens.
The first Florida story of the night comes from WFLA.com. Headline reads, Pinellas Middle School teacher spotted in public completely naked.
What a great thing to do as a teacher.
A Pinellas County middle school teacher was arrested Thursday after he was spotted in public completely naked and committing sex acts, according to arrest documents.
Oh, God.
Jesse Schroeder.
Happy ending is what we got here, folks.
Well, he had his own happy ending.
Yeah.
And you'll find out what it was with later.
Oh, God.
Jesse Schroeder, who is listed on the Pinellas County Schools website as a social studies teacher at Cartwise Middle School, was spotted with his pants down outside a condominium complex in Palm Harbor. Deputies said Schroeder was spotted by a neighbor while he was walking with no shirt and his pants pulled down towards his knees. The neighbor told authorities,
like a penguin, I imagine.
Yeah, you have to be waddling because if your pants are down, you can't get full stride extension. So
right. So if any of you have been to a penguin exhibit at a zoo, you'll know what I'm talking about.
The
Kind of a
neighbor told,
stutter. It's kind of like a stutter step, like One Night in Bangkok or something like that. I don't know.
One night in Bangkok. That bring me back to the 80s. One night in Bangkok. The neighbor told authorities Schrader's sexual organs were exposed as he walked around her parked vehicle. Schrader then continued to expose himself as he walked out of the parking lot and headed towards an adjacent road. When he returned, authorities said Schroeder was completely nude. So he left the complex to take his pants off and then come back.
He was just trying to get his steps in, the poor guy.
He had his Fitbit on and needed his steps.
And he figured, probably his personal trainer said, you need a little bit of what do they call that? A little stress, a little
some aerobic exercise.
Yeah, like when you're moving your muscles. So he said, I'll pull my pants down. It'll be harder to walk.
There you go. He's doing resistance.
Resistance training. That's what I'm thinking.
Resistance training. That's right.
Yeah. He meant no harm.
Surveillance video captured by a neighbor on October 13th showed the 39-year-old teacher walking around the apartment complex completely nude just before 11:30 p.m. Authorities said Schroeder could be seen holding and rubbing his exposed genitals on the railing of the condominium stairs and thrusting his hips against a pillar of the apartment building.
You go, boy. Save a horse.
He was getting his happy ending from the railing and the pillar.
I have a question. Why do they always say genitals? I'm pretty sure it's a cock. His dick. I don't think he's rubbing his balls up against the fucking cement pillar. Well, maybe he is. He's sick enough.
He may be rubbing everything against there. We don't know.
How come this doesn't end up on TikTok?
Maybe it did, and we don't know about it. I don't know.
I mean, this would be I don't want to say I'd much rather watch it, but as from a distance, watching the guy with his pants down while the woman's sitting in her car, wondering what the fuck is this? I never ordered a happy ending. Like, why is this guy waddling around my car?
When Schroeder was asked to explain his behavior, he told authorities, "I cannot explain it."
Okay. I'm not American, but don't you guys have a saying like, I plead the fifth?
I plead the fifth. Yes, that's the Fifth Amendment. That means you have the right to remain silent. That is, you cannot incriminate yourself.
So what do you mean you don't remember? You're sleepwalking. The principal dropped a roofie in your coffee before you left the school. You're fucking waddling around the condominium complex where there's cameras like a penguin. Half naked.
He says he can't explain it.
It's just something I always want. Here you go, Big B. It's on my bucket list.
There you go. It's on your bucket list to walk around naked in Florida and rub your genitals against a pillar.
So if you ever get arrested for any sort of crime, or you embarrass yourself at a party, or any sort, just say this: it was on my bucket list.
That's it.
That's all you got to say.
Way to go.
Enough said. Are we done with him?
We are done. That was it.
Because it keeps getting better and better when it comes to Florida.
And there's another mugshot coming up.
Great mugshot, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. The next story comes from the Tampa Free Press. Headline reads, loitering Florida man tells the cops he is allowed to carry meth. Just ask the FBI. A 50-year-old Florida man was arrested after deputies questioned him for loitering, and things became methed up. Robert Lawson was questioned by Pinellas County deputies on Wednesday after he was spotted loitering near a wooded area in Clearwater. Deputies said that during a consensual encounter, Lawson reportedly gave investigators permission to search him and his bags. According to an affidavit, Lawson produced a pack of cigarettes from his pocket and a small baggie containing a crystal substance that field tested positive for methamphetamine. In a grocery bag, the deputy located an uncapped syringe with a brown liquid residue. After being placed under arrest, Lawson told the Pinellas County Sheriff's deputy to simply call the FBI and St. Petersburg Police Department because he is allowed to carry methamphetamine.
Yes, I am one of the exempt. It's a medical, like medical marijuana, right? Like
Medical meth.
Medical meth.
Hold while I write things down.
He's. I got no teeth left, but just call the FBI.
Lawson was arrested on a felony drug possession charge and a misdemeanor drug paraphernalia count and booked into the Pinellas County Jail on a $2,150 bond. And that's it.
So, you know how they give you one call?
Mm-hmm.
Did he call the FBI?
I guarantee he tried to call the FBI and the Sarasota Police Department or whatever the fuck it was. Clearwater Police Department. I'm sure he tried to prove that he was allowed to carry meth.
Do you understand now why I want to retire in Arizona as opposed to Florida?
I would think, I would think that you would want to retire in Florida for the weirdness.
Well, if we continue to do the show, it might be good because I could be a roving reporter. But I think I told you the story before. I went down to Florida. It's been a while since we've been.
Mm-hmm.
Jake was younger. He was probably around 12. So, I mean, we're talking 6-7 years ago now. And we went to Orlando. And we stayed. And I did have like some interesting interactions with people as I'd go out, you know, to have a smoke and a beer or something. But nothing newsworthy like this stuff. And everywhere I went, everywhere I drove, every restaurant, every store we went to, every music, I was just waiting. Because I knew, because we've been covering this shit for years. And like, I understand, like, you know, where you are and where I am, it's like an asteroid hitting. But like in Florida, it's like a 1 in 5 chance when you leave the house every day, something really cool is going to happen. And I never got it.
I don't know what goes on in Florida, but I talked to somebody. I was at one metal station, and one of the hosts was in Florida, and I interviewed him on our show, and I tried to get it out of him. What was it about Florida that like all this crazy shit happens? And he had no answer. It was just like, well, that's just what it is down here. That's just the way of life, which, you know, didn't make sense to me, but to him, it was perfectly normal.
Like, I just like, I know they're like, we can't put everyone in Florida in the same box, but we don't have it's time for Tennessee in the news. Right. You know, you would think it would be West Virginia, but it's not. But mind you, they don't have newspapers or Wi-Fi or telephone lines in West Virginia, so we wouldn't know.
They are in the 21st century in West Virginia.
I don't know. It's a pretty weird place. I've
been there.
I've been there too, and it's fucking strange.
Have you been there, or did you drive through it? I've been
drove through it, and we stayed in a hotel, and I had a great time in the hotel that we stayed in. And I was on my way actually to Elizabethtown, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. But everything's they have no tax, so it's really cheap.
Right.
Like you want to gas up there and all that shit. But anyway, back to Florida. I think we have one more too.
We do have one more.
To close things out, and in the spirit of Halloween, I guess, or Guy Fawkes Day, by the way, which is tomorrow when England burns themselves.
But in England, because we're live in the UK, it's right now.
Right now, Guy Fawkes Day. Go fucking light your neighbor's house on fire.
For the good people of the UK, it's Guy Fawkes Day.
Yeah.
Fawkes, Guy Fawkes.
Right, but with the accent, isn't it pronounced Fox?
Well, you say fucks.
Fox. Gay Fox Day.
Guy Fawkes Day.
You know, we used to have that guy on the show, Choo Choo Stew. Condom.
Urinal.
Yeah. Fox Day. I don't know.
A urinal.
Yeah, urinal. Like, don't leave us, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to be back next week again. You're going to love us. We're like the Benny Hill of North America. Stay with us. Mr. Bean. Monty Python. You name it. We're there.
Don't compare us to any classic British thing. They're still upset at the American Office that we stole the British Office and made it into a thing here. They're still mad about that.
Oh, I loved it. But anyway,
Final Florida.
They should do a remake of Seinfeld.
Yeah. The final Florida story of the night comes from the Miami Herald. Headline reads, "Paranormal activity cited as a reason man was driving without 2 tires."
I didn't do my walk around.
An SUV missing 2 tires was stopped along Florida's Interstate 75, and the driver says paranormal activity was behind the disappearance. It happened, he said, because someone put a curse on him.
It was that voodoo chick in fucking Clearwater.
The traffic stop occurred around 4 a.m. Sunday, October 23rd on an Interstate 75 ramp near Marion Oaks. The sheriff's office said Marion Oaks is about 65 miles northwest of Orlando. Deputy Wilson noticed that the tires were not only deflated, but that he was driving on what remained of the rim.
I imagine there'd be sparks.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah. Okay.
When the deputy asked about the damage to the vehicle, the driver stated someone had put a curse on him and that he hit a curb a little hard.
So wait a minute. Now, you and I have watched horror movies, right? You know, you've watched those horror movies, like especially those campy ones from the 80s, or like that new one on Disney, that Barbarian. You got to watch it if you haven't seen it yet. Freak Isbiarado. You get scared. You're not worried about tires. Something freaky's happening. Someone's going to cut your neck off with a machete. You're going. Like, cut the guy some slack.
Well, he apparently only had 2 options. The driver, who lives in Tampa, said the mishap led to a do-or-die choice. Drive home without tires, or, according to him, the only other option, set the SUV on fire.
Right, to get rid of the demons. Run them or burn them.
And sleep on the median.
Option number 2.
Set the car on fire and sleep on the median. So let me ask you a question. In these 2 options, these are your only 2 options.
Excuse me. I need show notes.
So they're and the story's not done. So according to him, there's only 2 options. So there's a curse on him. And one option would be take the SUV and drive it home. Or the other option would be set it on fire. And according to you, setting it on fire would release the demons and get them away. So why would the first option be driving home with the demons?
Well, but that's out of fear. Right? Like your adrenaline's going. I don't want to look. I'm much faster on 2 wheels in an SUV than I am on 4, or maybe not as much on 4. But if I set this thing on fire, I'm going to be running down the street. I'm going to be sleeping in the median. And heaven forbid I don't kill all those djinns and fucking gypsies and sorcerers. They're going to come back and get me.
Well, he says...
what would you do?
So are those my only 2 options?
You don't have the family with you. You got your rented SUV.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a curse put on you. And trust me, in Florida, that is entirely possible. They got 45-foot pythons there. They have alligators swimming at golf courses. Anything is possible in this state. You're fucked.
So I have a curse put on me by the Clearwater gypsy lady. And my only two options are to drive home with no tires or set it on fire. Can I have option 3 and call an Uber?
Well, you do have time. And
Well,
what
if
if
you, wait, if you have time to set the fucking thing on fire, you have time to call an Uber.
So wait a minute. You open the door to the Uber.
Uh-huh.
And you click it and you're in the back seat, and then you turn around and look forward and guess who it is? Maggie Magpie, the fucking gypsy.
Squirting breast milk everywhere?
Everywhere at you, and you are like now stunned. You can't even move. You're not going to make it home.
Stunned by breast milk.
Yes. You're fucked, in other words. Anyway, never mind speculation. Where the hell does this story go?
Suspecting another kind of spirits may be involved, deputies asked a 29-year-old driver to submit to sobriety tests. He agreed, but became increasingly agitated, spitting on deputies, threatening to attack them, kicking them, and trying to take one deputy's taser from its holster.
He was possessed, see?
If you mess with me right now, let me tell you something. I'm going to break your head with a baseball bat, the driver said. I'm going to skin you alive.
Oh, I'm going to skin you alive.
Deputies
nuts in Florida. I've got a special, ladies and gentlemen, flights and hotel in Florida. Contact me offline.
Deputies arrested the driver and charged him with 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence, attempting to deprive an officer of means of protection or communication, corrupt by threat against a public servant, and driving under the influence.
Who writes these laws?
I have no idea.
What the fuck does protection or means of communication have in the same alley?
Well,
it's one or the other. Well, it's either the walkie-talkie or your fucking gun.
That is true. It is one or the other. But all of this means he now faces up to 25 and a half years of imprisonment and is being held on a $27,000 bond.
So the guy was spooked by a fucking witch, and he's got to spend 25 years in jail.
It seems that way.
Okay. Enough said. Case closed, ladies and gentlemen.
That is
I just, as we read these stories, and it's not just Florida, that I start to wonder how they group these charges into like this broad spectrum. You know, like murder's murder, theft is theft. Like they sometimes read charges and there's like 10 things on it. It's one or the other. It's not a fucking parking ticket.
Well, see, now in hindsight, doesn't the Uber option sound like the better option?
It does, but like I've watched some movies. It's the Halloween season, right? So like I'm just imagining that even Uber is not a great idea. I think driving on the 2 tires and then maybe pulling off at a like a roller skating rink or a bowling alley where there's lots of people would have been a great idea. Okay, I got a lot of people around me. I'm okay. I'm not gonna fucking tell anyone. I'm gonna skin them.
Skin them alive.
Skin them alive. That's a good one. I don't have much, ladies and gentlemen. So what we do, for those of you that are new, is we like to name each episode. I only have a couple here. I did some that were show notes, but So here's what I got. I think I have like 3. I've got a lesbian happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
I've also got her Jizzy jewelry line.
Yep.
And, I don't usually go with an outsider when it comes to the show name, but very far back at the beginning, Isbia said, "Taste my payback."
Good one. I like that.
I really like that. That's really all I got, other than some things I might incorporate in the show notes. You can't have many tonight because we were busy. I'm going to say you've got 4.
I have 6.
Oh, geez, more than I thought. All
So
right,
first, I'll give you the show notes first. First one, because it has profanity in it, cannot be a show name. But I liked silicone fuckbots.
Silicone fuckbots. Which we'd also have to kind of censor, and even in a show note.
Right. Next one, as a show note, rinses his penis in the water.
I really like that too. Rinses his penis in the water. Yeah, I like that. It was almost made the story romantic.
Right.
Yeah.
Next up, I too, like you, I said Jizzy jewelry.
Oh yeah, that Jizzy jewelry was.
Next up, I have medical meth.
Isby is getting right into it tonight out there. Jizzy of taste.
Jizzy of taste.
Holy jeez. What'd you say? Medical what?
Medical meth.
Medical meth. Yeah.
Now, my final 2, I actually like them both. And they both have to do with the same subject.
We'll put this to a poll then tonight.
Right. They have to do with the exact same subject. But I like them both. First one, breast milk season.
You're not going to let that go.
I am never going to let that go. Do you decorate and hang bags of empty milk bags outside?
I don't do it anymore. We're well beyond that generation.
Do you have a breast milk wreath that you hang on your door?
I'll explain it at a later date, ladies and gentlemen.
Next, like I said, having to do with the exact same thing, I also like stunned by breast milk.
Yeah, that doesn't catch me.
Oh, well, then we can go with breast milk season if you like that one.
Yeah, I like that. Anyone in chat want to vote? It's down to stunned by breast milk season. Or what was the one I had? I thought I had a good one too. Taste my payback. That's definitely going to be a show note. What's she saying?
She says you do bag your milk.
Oh, yeah, but it's not the same thing as me. Do you have a vote or not? I think breast milk season would be very catchy. And
I will absolutely go with that. And your wife says breast milk season as well.
Yeah, that was good. And I'll explain it, what I meant at a later date for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for everyone on Pulse Talk Radio for joining us. And, of course, our regular viewers and listeners on YouTube, Facebook, Cape Crew Radio, downloading us on Facebook and whatnot, or podcasts, I mean. All right, Big B, I'll see you Monday for the other thing.
Yes.
Where we got to be somewhat normal.
Kind of ish.
Yeah. All right, kids. Next week.
Later.
Thanks for joining us.
I want you to pack up and get out.
Get the hell out of here!
Go. Just go. Get out. Get the hell out!
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I have a running war with the media. They are among the most dishonest human beings on earth.